Hello beautiful people, in today's video I'm going to be doing a wear test with the, is it new? I don't really know if it's new, I just heard of it. It seems to be pretty new, but I'm not sure. The L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum with 1% hyaluronic acid. I have the shade 23 Light. I will be doing a wear test with, I think, 2 check-ins. I can't quite remember. Yeah, my skin type is, I'm in the later part of my 30s, so my skin type is not a 20-something year skin type that I'm testing this on. It is a combination, so I'm oily, but I'm also like dry dehydrated, and I have a few fine lines around my eyes and pores that I'm dealing with. So those are a couple of the issues that I have when I'm reviewing a foundation. If you're looking for if my skin type is going to be something similar to yours. Anyways, let's get on to me applying this foundation and my thoughts on it. Okay, so starting off, I already have on a primer, and I put on the Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer. I just put it on my T-zone, the sides of my nose where I have pores, and my chin. I did that on the first day that I used it, just because I already had it on, so I wanted to, yesterday I actually didn't use any primer, but I also didn't have the foundation on for as long. But today is going to be a full day wear test. So I already have some thoughts on it already, and I will share those with you as I go along. But let me just show you the product itself. So here's the bottle. I have the shade 23. Here's the dropper that it comes in. It's a very messy foundation. I think they could do this again in a different packaging if they wanted to, you know, revamp it. I get the idea though, skincare, dropper, serum, foundation. But for a foundation, like maybe make the top, I don't know if they could make this better, but for those of you who don't like messy products, this one might be messy, because if you put this back in too quickly, it's going to get all over the top. I'm not bad at keeping things like clean, like I'll take the time and do it, but for if I was in a rush, I could see this getting very messy very quickly and I would be very frustrated with it. I don't use this little dropper thing because what I've decided to do was when I use this foundation, I'm just going to take it out of the thing and use it off the little dropper here, but even then, like, anyways, I'm gonna stop playing around with that before I make a mess. So I've already shaken it up, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use it off the dropper, and I'm just gonna apply some onto my face. And I've used this product with just my fingers, so there's a pretty generous amount. I'm gonna attempt to put this back in and not get it everywhere. Alright, so it says to use with your fingers. I've been using foundation with my fingers lately, so I can't tell you what it looks like with a brush. Maybe I'll do the brush on my cheeks. But I kind of blend it in with my fingers, and then I go, okay, that's a lie. I do use the brush a little bit. So I'm just going to blend it in here. I should have shown you what my skin looked like before. So I just blend it like that, and then I take a damp sponge and just tap out the excess. This shade match is perfect for me. I'm just going to zoom you in before it dries down here. Maybe you need a closer... Okay, so there's my skin there with just primer on. I've also been sitting for a few hours with... Let me just zoom you out again. Just a little bit. I've also been sitting at my computer working for a couple hours, so I've had my skin's had a chance to some of the oils to come through. So I'm just gonna take it with my fingers and just blend it out. It's very lightweight. It's not thick at all. Blends in beautifully, like undetectable, like. As far as it like blurring pores, I don't see it blurring pores at all. But it just, let me just get this on here and then I'll talk to you in a second. I'm going to try and build it up just a little bit on some of the areas, but like it's a very, very light coverage. So if you have like problem areas or acne that you want to cover, I don't recommend this foundation. It is basically like a tinted moisturizer kind of thing, but like a serum, not a moisturizer. It's a really, really cool concept. I was looking for something else to use on a daily basis other than my Dior Backstage, because at the moment I love that. Also my Fenty, I've been using that too just because it is lightweight. Fenty has a bit more coverage though than this. This is very, very lightweight. So I'm just blending it in, and then I'll zoom you in again so you can see what it looks like after one. Like, I like the way this looks a lot. Let me just zoom you in. So there is what it looks like on the forehead with just a little bit of primer. And yeah, nothing else. So it didn't really do a whole heck of a lot for my pores, but chin there. Let me just zoom you out a little bit. So when I put this on, it does, when I let it sit for maybe 20 minutes, I can feel it starting to get like dry. It is supposed to be a hyaluronic tinted serum, so the hyaluronic acid is supposed to help with moisturizing. Okay, so it says True Match Nude Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Serum by L'Oreal Paris. Our first tinted serum with 1% hyaluronic acid, plumps up like a serum but covers like a foundation. This tinted serum instantly brightens, evens, and hydrates all in one for a nude, radiant finish. The 1% hyaluronic acid instantly hydrates and smooths, while the luminous mineral pigments give lightweight coverage for a brightened complexion. Skin looks visibly plumper in 3 weeks. Available in 9 radiant shades that blend to match a variety of skin tones. So, matching skin tones, I agree. I like the shade 2 to 3. In the True Match Lumi, I was shade 4 or 5 for my summer shade. I feel like maybe these run a little bit darker, considering if this is shade 2 to 3, and I'm a light medium skin tone, maybe go on the lighter side when you're shopping for it. But the fact that it is so sheer, I can see how it, like, the scale slides a little bit. As far as hydration, I wouldn't say this is the most hydrating foundation, tinted moisturizer, tinted serum that I've ever used. My skin is oily, but it does get dry really quickly. The feel is very tight and dry. So when I put this on and when I do my makeup, after I do the foundation, I do part of my eyes and I put my blush, highlight, a little bit of powder in my T-zone. I can feel this part here getting dry. So I have to put my, I have to set my face with either my MAC Fix Plus or whatever spray I'm using for that day. So this isn't the most moisturizing. So if you have dry skin, I'm not sure if it's, because I know there's alcohol in it. I'm not sure if that's the reason why it doesn't like hydrate. Like I thought this would be not a good foundation for me considering I do have slightly oily skin, but it turns out no, it's not so hydrating that a combination skin person couldn't wear it, at least for me and in my experience. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and powder the areas that I need to powder, and then I will come back and show you guys what it looks like with everything on. Oh yeah, I was gonna build it up for you. I don't really think I need to build it up though, but for the sake, you know, of the video and maybe people want to know, I will build it up on one side just to see what it looks like. Let me just do a little bit more. And for this, I will use the brush. This is my Real Techniques stippling brush. So I just feel like it gets a little cakey feeling when you build it up, and I don't see a whole big difference between the side that I added more and the side that I didn't. Sometimes I feel like less is more anyways with products. If you put too much on, I feel like it doesn't really work the same. But we'll see what side gets, if one side gets more oily or one side looks worse than the other. So this is the side that I built up, and obviously this is the side that I didn't. I will zoom you in so you can see. Okay, so this is the non-built up side versus the second layer side. So I'm not sure if you can really see a difference. I personally can't really, but maybe your eyes can. All right. I'm going to go ahead and apply my concealer, finish my makeup, and come back and give you some more thoughts before I sign off and then come back for the first check-in. Alright, so here is the completed face with my makeup on. For powder, the only thing I added was a little bit of the Fenty powder to my forehead. For my nose and chin, I put on the Dior Powder No Powder. And then for minimizing of my pores just a little bit, I used the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores pressed powder here. There goes a piece. Put that here and on my pores on the sides of my nose right here. Other than that, that is it. That's all I put on my face. I did have to spray it with MAC Fix Plus because it was getting tight when I was doing my face. So that's the only thing that I put on it. Other than that, that is all. The powder that I put on my forehead doesn't have any radiance in it, so any radiance that you're seeing on the forehead, if you can see it, is from the Serum foundation. I gotta say, third day wearing it, I'm liking this foundation. I don't want to say I love it just yet, but I like it so far. The first day that I wore it, I had it on for about 7 hours, and I shockingly didn't need to blot that much. Yesterday I didn't have it on for very long. I had it on for maybe half that time. Didn't notice that got overly shiny. So today is going to be a true, it is almost 11:45. It's almost noon right now. I'm gonna have it on probably until 9 o'clock at night, if not later. So I'm going to do check-ins throughout the day. Unfortunately, it is kind of dark outside. It's very cloudy. I'm gonna go and show you what it looks like outside in a couple of minutes here, but it's not gonna be super bright outside, so you're only gonna get to see this in natural daylight on a cloudy day. If it gets brighter throughout the day, then I'll shoot a little clip of how my face is looking. I'll be doing check-ins maybe halfway throughout the day. If I notice there's significant changes, if it's 2 hours gone by and I'm super oily, I'll come in and show you. Other than that, I'll just do a couple hours, maybe 4 hours randomly throughout the day, and then come back at the end of the day and give you guys my final thoughts, how it wore throughout the entire day. Yeah. So without further ado, let me just zoom you in one more time just so you can see the close-up of it. So you can hear Sebastian in the background. So that is the forehead there. As you can see, still looks like skin. I didn't have a whole lot to cover up. Just just some uneven skin tone, no major spot issues. If you are, this is a extremely lightweight foundation, so if you're needing fuller coverage, this is not going to be the foundation for you. It doesn't really build up to be anything other than like a lightweight foundation. Anyways, let's move on to the next clip where I show you the face outside. Alright, so here is what it looks like outside. I found the best lighting possible. That's what it looks like on the forehead, cheek. Alright, hopefully that gives you an accurate image of what it looks like outside. Anyways, I'll see you guys in a couple hours for the first check-in. Okay, so it is now about 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. See? 3 o'clock. We have a few hours of wear on this face here. I'm getting a little shiny. It's like on the verge of like glowy and like gross glowy. I'm going to go ahead and blot just so it helps, you know, maybe extend the wear of the foundation. I find if I blot regularly, the foundation tends to last longer because the oils haven't had a chance to really break down. The longer the oils sit on the skin, the more that the oils will break down the foundation, in my opinion. So I'm just taking a single ply tissue here, and this is how I blot my face. I don't waste money on those blotting sheets anymore because they just cost too much, and excuse my phone, and this is just a much easier way to do it. So let me just blot here. So not too much coming off, like blotted this side, there's still this side left. So if you can see here, hopefully my lights aren't blowing everything out of what do you call that? Proportion? Not proportion, but sometimes the lights can make things look a little bit better than they do look. Okay, so that is it. I feel like it's holding up. So let me just like look in the mirror here. I feel like it's holding up decent. I just need to wait a couple seconds for the redness to come out of my face, because when I blot it, it gets red. I think it still looks good. As you can see, maybe you can't see when I zoom you in, but I had glasses on while I was working in front of the computer, and they've made a dent in my glasses, which is pretty normal when I wear foundation. It always makes that mark in my foundation. Everything else still looks good. The blush looks good. Highlight. Yeah, I think it looks pretty much as good as it did a couple hours ago. Let me just zoom you in now so you can see. Is that close enough? So there's the forehead there, and the rest of the face. I don't really see anything rubbing off yet. Maybe just a smidge, but like nothing too crazy where I'm just like, oh my gosh, I need to reapply powder or touch up. Alright, so that is check-in number 1. It is 3 o'clock. I will come back in a little bit and give you guys another check-in. Alright, I'm coming to you at 10 o'clock. It has now been... So I didn't check in, so I'm just going to look down at my notes, because I made some notes so I wouldn't forget, because I figured I might be tired by the time I come to do this check-in later on. The first check-in was at 3 o'clock. I did blot, so I was getting a little bit shiny. I went out around 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I did a quick check. I wasn't overly shiny. Like, I was about as shiny as I am now, which is not a lot. Let me just turn this light off. I'm not sure if you can see that a little bit better. I'm just trying to give you an accurate picture of what my skin is looking like. It's looking not bad. I mean, if this foundation had long wearing claims on it, it would lead up to long wearing claims. That's what I'm saying right now. I mean, this is the 3rd day wearing it. This is the first day that I've worn it for this long. I put it on at 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, I have to do math for that because I'm not a math genius. But I've had it on for 9 hours so far, and that's a pretty long time to have this foundation on for. I think it doesn't have, like I said, doesn't have any long wearing claims. I like this foundation. It doesn't feel heavy at all. It's not made my skin overly oily. Like, I've had long wearing foundations that have gotten oilier than this. Like, I've had good, I've had better, and I've had worse. So far I can't say this is a horrible foundation. Like, I really like it. I'm really happy I bought it. If I didn't say my skin type at the beginning, I do have combination skin. It leans oily, but it also leans dry. Like, not flaky dry, but like dehydrated dry. Like, I need to spray it with something if I put too many powders on it. I do have pores in my forehead, the sides of my nose, and on my chin. Although this doesn't emphasize it, it doesn't also take them away. I feel like this foundation does a great job at keeping your skin looking like skin, which is awesome. Nude radiant finish. I agree with those claims. Brightens, I'd say so. My phone, I think, has got off in almost every clip, I think. Evens out skin tone, absolutely. Hydrate. I wouldn't say it hydrates, but maybe the hydrating part has got to do with why I'm not getting overly oily. Does it plump like a serum? I don't know. I haven't used it for 3 weeks yet like it claims. Anyways, this is the last check-in of the day, I think. I don't think I'm going to come back again. I think I'm going to take my makeup off and go and chill for a little bit. I think 9 hours is a good enough time to have makeup on. Alright, I actually forgot to do one thing that I wanted to do. I'm so rusty at these foundation reviews because I don't do them very often, so please bear with me. Anyways, I'm going to zoom you in and show you guys what it looks like at this point in the day. I don't have any natural light anymore. It was pretty dark and gloomy out today, so I couldn't give you more outdoor shots of it, if that's what I'm trying to say. I don't really... brain is tired. Anyways, this is the close-up of it. I think that it looks pretty good if you ask me. Here's the chin. It might have worn off a little bit on the chin. Not a whole heck of a lot. maybe a bit on the sides of my nose. I can't really tell. Honestly, this foundation still looks pretty good. I've had glasses on several times today for many hours. But yeah. Okay, that is the close-up. Let's wrap up the rest of the video. I will keep you guys updated though as to how this wears over the next little while. I am going to keep using it so I can give you updates and whatnot. But yeah, I hope this try-on wear test was helpful for some of you who are looking to purchase this foundation. Let me know if I've missed anything in the comments. Please feel free to ask me any questions. I will answer them. But yeah, this L'Oreal True Match Nude, A+. I like it. I'm glad I have it, which is good because I can't return it, so even if I hated it, I'm stuck with it. Anyways, without further ado, I'm going to wrap up this video. I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful for some of you. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and you guys will see me in my next video. Bye!